passing up on maybe some sure at bats for some replacement benches later. I shouldn't say it's ridiculous because somebody obviously is going to hit on a closer and win his league because of that. But it just seems like too much of a waste of draft capital to throw 4 of your bench picks, even though they're bench picks, throw all of them at not even starting pitchers, at third string relievers on teams. I don't know. Have you seen this, Ray? Any opinion on that?
Yeah, there's a couple of aspects to it. It actually doesn't bother me nearly that much. I think, I was actually just talking about this with somebody today. I think there are 2 aspects to it. One is with a fair number of closer jobs still unsettled here only on March 11th, being, 3 weeks away. I think that's 3 weeks away from opening day today. I think there will be some surprises in who are opening day closers, and doing a little speculation on that. And if you get it wrong, as you said, it's just your first week drop, and that's fine, is not a terrible use of a bench spot. And I think the second aspect of that comes into play is the way, particularly with TGFBI or the NFBC formats, the way they work the schedule, where you have that 3-game, 4-day scoring period to start the season. There are going to be a lot of 5th and even 4th starters who you may have drafted a lot earlier who aren't going to pitch that first weekend, and loading up on relievers who you can drop into the lineup for those first 3 days before that first drop that you were talking about might get you 3 innings and, if you're lucky, a straight win or save that before you drop them. Whereas if you activated your number 6 starter who you drafted in round 19, who might have a 2-start week in the first full week of the season because he's at the back of their rotation, but he's not going to play in week 1. So that reliever at least not only gives you the lottery ticket it saves, but the 3 or 4 games that you can plug them into the lineup.
And they're also they're hedging the fact that their starting pitchers may not go as long this year as other years because of the shortened season.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot of 4-inning starts that first week, right?
Yeah, I shouldn't say ridiculous because obviously, it has been thought out. It just seems like such a large volume of four bench guys on a second-string reliever. All right. Anyways, we're going to start the draft now. Quickly to set it up, it's a 12-team standard 5x5, 1 catcher, 22 regular spots, 1 utility, 9 pitching slots, 6 bench. We've got Derek Carty from RotoGrinders. We've got myself and Ruvain helping me here. Scott Pianowski, Nick Mariano, Nando DeFino from The Athletic, Clay Link from RotoWire, Chris Towers, Pierre Camus from RotoBaller, Howard Bender, Eric Cross, Vlad Sedler, and Ray Murphy picking all the way at pick number 12. We're going to be starting the draft now, and I guess we'll be talking through our picks as we go. So in terms of the first pick here, well, we have the second pick, Ruvain. My thought is to take Mookie Betts if he falls. I did a Z-score study, and there's only 2 players who have Z-scores in every single of the 5 scoring categories over 1, meaning they're 1 standard deviation above the mean of the player pool, which is fantastic base to have around, and that's Mookie Betts and Fernando Tatis. Betts is a little bit more stable, I think. His ATC interprojectional standard deviations are a little bit lower, and that's what I want in the first round. Plus, again, as I said before, I'm tilting away from the shortstops, a little bit more towards the outfielders if I have a close choice, and they're close. Really, them, Acuna, Soto, there's so many good choices, but I'm going to go with Betts if he's available. Your thoughts on that, Ruvain?
I completely agree with that. I actually like Betts better than Acuna. Betts has no injury history whatsoever. Acuna really had some issues last year. It was all muscular, so it wasn't that big of an issue, but you never know. It may be a thing that maybe year to year. He's still young. Mookie Betts has done this every year. He's still in a great lineup, and he's going to lead off. He's going to score a ton of runs. I think he's the number 1 hitter available. I'm leaning maybe a little toward Juan Soto also, because Soto, if you looked at the numbers he put up last year, he didn't play a full year, yet he put up a full year's value worth of numbers last year. So, either one of those, but I'm better with Betts over Soto here.
Yeah, any answer is really good. Do you? I know you're not picking 1 or 2 here, Ray, but if you were, would you have a preference between the 4 big studs in the beginning?
I agree with you that I've been on the Mookie train, and the couple of times I've had the 1 and 2 picks this year, I've taken him. So I'm on board, even though it's a little controversial.
Yeah, it's crazy to say Mookie. Mookie Betts has really been consistent in the first 1-2 for a while now. We forget about it, even though we have Soto and Acuna join the party. But Betts, there was one year a couple years ago. Was it going to be Betts or Trout? And Betts has been there. It's that steady base of everything that you just can't get anywhere else. Is my feeling. Now, one thing I would consider in a 15-team league or deeper, picking DeGrom if he comes up. I think that pitchers are really the way to do it. But in a 12-team league, as I said, I would go hitter the first round. All right, let's see what Derek Hardy picks DeGrom. Goes that route. We're going to go with Betts over here and cue him up, and we're going to draft Mookie Betts. All right, Ray, what are you thinking as this is a 30-second clock per player? It's going to go really fast. What are you thinking as you get to the end of the round?
Yeah, so there's a good list of hitters who I like there, and I'm going to go with one hitter, one pitcher, almost definitely, and I'll be curious to see what drips through the board here. But I'm probably looking for hitters. I'm curious whether Yelich comes all the way down. Jose Ramirez and Freeman are certainly on the list, and for pitchers, it's probably Bauer, Nola, and Giolito that I'm watching for here. I would. Out of those 6 names, I should see probably 4 of them here.
Yeah. First couple picks, DeGrom, Betts. Tatis went third to Scott Pianowski. Ronald Acuna went to Nick Mariano of RotoBaller. Juan Soto goes to Nando DeFino. And Mike Trout goes to Clay Link. We're halfway through the first round already, and we'll be there soon. So you're going to go hitter-pitcher at the wheel, right?
I believe so, yeah. Part of me is tempted to go with 2 hitters and see what pitchers fall down to the 3-4 turn, but I think it's kind of what you were saying, a little more conservative to get one pitcher there rather than run the risk of, as you were saying, most people want to get a pitcher in the first 3 rounds. So if I'm essentially the last one to do that at the 3-4 turn, I may not be thrilled with what pitcher is there for me.
Trey Turner, to me, falls a little bit down as well in a 12-team versus 15-team. There's a little bit more sources available late. Are you of the opinion that it's DeGrom, Cole, Bieber in terms of the pitchers in that order?
Yes.
Okay.
DeGrom, Cole, I could throw a blanket over the 2 of them. Gap down to Bieber, another gap down to Bauer, Noah.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a separation between DeGrom and Cole. I think DeGrom is definitely a step ahead of Cole. National League versus American League. So far, we have no DH in the NL, so that gives it. All right, it's almost up to you.
The top 3 pitchers have already gone off the board.
Yep. The next couple picks, Cole, Trey Turner went, Jose Ramirez, Shane Bieber, and Christian Yelich. 2 picks now for Ray.
Yeah, so Yelich went right before me, was one guy I was watching for. I mentioned Freeman. The other guy who I still like here is, for my bat, is Trevor Story, and I will take Bauer as the pitcher since
all right.
he came back to me. That's probably a pretty right on ADP sort of choice. I didn't vary from what the marketplace seems to be doing with that spot.
Yeah. Bauer, to me, has one of the better chances of anybody other than the 3 pitchers that we mentioned to get to 200 innings this year. I mean, he wants to pitch every 4th day. I think the Dodgers, who only really signed him to a 2-year contract, and he's going to boot after 2 years at least, he's going to pitch as much as he can. So the innings are quite important in 2021, so Bauer is good. Game theory for you, Ruvain. Cardi took DeGrom as the first pick. I think we want to go hitter and pitcher, but not necessarily in that order. Does it pay to go hitter first, then pitcher because he took DeGrom, or does it not matter, or what do you think?
I think it does matter. I think we should take the hitter first because he's going to take. I think he's going to take another pitcher no matter what. So if I think we need a hitter now because we're ready another hitter at this point. But I would think we wait for. Do the pitcher first because you want to make sure he doesn't double dip and get one of the another top starters there. And I think we'll still get a top hitter in the beginning of the 3rd round. I don't think there's going to be an issue with that.
Okay, let's see who falls to us. We're a couple picks away. Freddie Freeman went. Francisco Lindor, who I think is way, way too early in this format. There's a lot of other people I'd rather have. Yu Darvish next. Cody Bellinger at Alberto Mondesi, who that's also for me. I think speed is pushed up way too much in a 12-team league, but that's my opinion.
I just can't believe that Mike Trout is not the number one pick. He's still the MVP of the American League. He's still probably the best player in baseball. It's just crazy why he's not going number one anymore.
Thought about that. He doesn't steal, though. So in a Roto League, his value is a little bit depressed. All right. We got Walker Buehler, Harper, Nola. We're one pick away. What do you see on the board, Ruvain?
I think we have to take a picture here. I think according to our rankings, we actually would. Giolito just went also, so now I think we have to pick a pitcher here. I think we go either Kershaw, Scherzer, or Flaherty. Your choice.
I'm gonna say let's go with the hitter. Let's go with Machado first. I like Machado
we'll go with the
here.
hitter first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Machado. Ooh, that clock is so strong. It's
we got Machado.
I got Machado. Yeah, because I think that he's gonna go hitter here.
You
so
think
game theory.
hitter? Well,
yeah, I like Luis Castillo. He went Bichette with the first one. I like Luis Castillo. Scherzer. What do you think, Ruvain?
I'm good with any one of those. Any one of those can be an ace on any team, so I have no issue with any of them.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Luis Castillo, I think. I like his consistency, and I think there's some upside. We're getting him in the third round. And I think it'll be... Yeah, he went Bichette Springer. I told you on that. Good thing we went for the hitter first. So we got Castillo. Our team is now Betts Machado, who is also a fantastic base in every category, and Luis Castillo. All right, Ray, what do you think of our picks?
I like them. That's a solid base of hitting you've accumulated with Machado, and Castillo is certainly appropriate there. I think in my own starting pitching rankings, he would have been the best on the board there. So I like the build so far.
Yeah, and
speaking of builds, I think the oddest one I see so far is Chris Towers, who you mentioned Mondesi earlier, but he paired Mondesi with Garrett Cole, which means he got virtually no power in the first two rounds, which is a tough thing to make up.
Yeah, I agree, and that's we said that earlier. And I am glad that we took that hitter. Again, it's game theory. When it gets down to this, it's game theory. The guy took the pitcher. I'm going hitter because he doesn't need one. Very important to see where you are if you're by the wheel. All right, Ray, take us through your next pick as it's about middle of the round. DJ LeMahieu, Corey Seager, Jack Flaherty are the next three.
Yeah, so I'm still about half a round away. So if I'm building a queue here, I need to be working with 5 or 6 names. I'm pretty sure these are going to be 2 bats for me. I want to build a pitching staff, of course, like everybody else, but I feel like I could do that a little bit later. So I'm going to be looking to, and it's good that I got a true sort of 5-category foundation with Trevor Story. So I'm not really chasing any particular shortcoming here yet. I'm really just looking to build a broad-based accounting stats. So, there's certainly a lot of 4-category power guys available, and there are a few speed sources laying around too. So we're now 2 picks away: Scherzer, Abreu, Bogarts, Brandon Woodruff, and let's see. I'm putting Kyle Tucker in my queue because
1 pick away.
That's a guy I like a lot and haven't seen come back at me much this year. And
not a lot of people did pocket aces. Most people have one pitcher in the first.
You're right.
And everybody has a pitcher, by the way. No, Pierre Camus, no pitchers.
Merrifield goes. So I'm going to take Kyle Tucker. And let's see. Going for that broad base still. Let's do Ozzie Albies. Try to cover up the second base and shortstop positions with multi-category contributors. So now with a base of Story, Tucker, and Albies, that's a lot of power speed combination as and I've also filled second shortstop and an outfield. So should give you a lot of flexibility on the next few turns.
Yeah, you got a lot of base, broad base. That's what you want to do in drafts. You don't want to load up on something. If you are going to load up on something, it's power. But definitely, I like your start here. And pretty spread out position-wise. An outfielder, you got the shortstop, you got the other middle infielder, and there are corners available later. There's no pressing need to take anyone. Jose Abreu probably taken a little bit too early, I think.
Just as something I'm noticing, the first 3 rounds went by, 11 middle infielders went out and only 7 outfielders. So it just shows that the middle infielders are going a lot quicker, and the outfielders, because they're much more shallower, it's taking a lot more time for them to get off the board, even though there's so many more of them.
Sorry, it looks like I need to pick Albies again here.
Yes, we have an issue here where there's a take back here. They are taking back the Merrifield pick.
Okay. They're going all the way back to before me.
Okay,
Again.
so instead of Merrifield,
but
he wants Glass now. Instead of Merrifield